Hello YouTube. I'm going to show you the secret behind my fire alarm panel. This is the last video for the 100 subscriber special. Then after this, I will not be recording for the rest of the week because I still have to make the videos for the summer specials. And it'll be one video a day. They're going to be on a time schedule. Each of them will be probably premiered. So you will definitely see it. And I'm just going to be busy making those videos. So let's get started. I will not be activating any alarms, any pull stations, nothing, because you guys have seen that in the system test. We'll just go ahead and show you what the different lights mean. And that's it. I'll show the wiring in another video. If you guys really do want to see how to wire it, I'm just going to show you what exactly is what. And I might take it apart just so you can see the wiring. And then I'll do a separate how to wire video. So let's get started by opening up. It does have a key lock on it. Right here. So what you do is you just twist the key. Instead of going up, like twisting counterclockwise, you twist clockwise down, and then it opens right up. Now we'll start with the main power down here. So the fire alarm panel gets its power from my security system. As you may know, it gets its power. If we open up the security system, it gets its power from the fire bus. The fire, which is right, I think, here. I don't want to touch them. It gets its power right there. And I don't know if you can see that, but anyway. So it gets its power from the security system, from the fire bus, to where if I do end up having smoke detectors, they would automatically reset without me having to add a separate cutoff switch. And also without having to flip a breaker that I added. Next, something for fun, I added this little breaker. The wires run from main power to this breaker. The breaker does not serve any purpose in this situation. All it does is allow me to manually turn off the fire alarm panel without having to turn the security system off. Even though the security system looks off, it is not off, as you can see. So that's why the fire alarm panel still has power. So if we flip the breaker, now the fire alarm panel is dead. So we'll go and turn that back on. And the fire alarm panel turns back to normal operation. So that's that. So, and also what it allows me to do with the security system, hooking it up to the security system, it allows me to have backup batteries, with also not having to create a charger for the batteries. First thing, having two 12-volt batteries in the panel and isolating the main power with the batteries. Those are all things that I would have to do if I want batteries on the system. If not, the batteries could either explode. I can short the alarms that I have up on the wall. And I can damage anything in the panel. Like, it could either spark and cause a fire, which I don't want if I'm not careful. So it can do a bunch of things if I don't have if I don't isolate anything or cause backup batteries. So what I did is I just hooked up to the security system and it works fine. Right there is the fire drill switch. I did have that switch replaced. Now, I'm not sure if that was the same switch, if I just put the switch back in because it was working. I gotta check on older videos to see what it looks like. But I do know that I had to do some service on the switch, and maybe I replaced it. But that's my fire drill switch. You saw in I think system test 12 maybe, I think that was the one, maybe system test 11, where I went to go flip the fire drill switch and it did not activate the alarms. So that switch has definitely been replaced or repaired. Right there's my acknowledge switch. That allows the one right here. The one right there in the middle. That one is my acknowledge switch. If I were to pull a pull station and reset it, it would reset the whole fire alarm panel. In order to isolate that, I added a switch to where if I reset the pull station, the alarms still have the strobe activated. And also it silenced my panel buzzer, which is a temporary solution, even though I've had this for a while. I have a Gentex Commander 3 here, or my system sensor L, which I actually have right here. This is sometimes in its spot. I like the tone on this one better in the panel buzzer, but I sometimes switch them out. Now, because it's a 4-wire device, I can use it as a panel buzzer for a little bit. And it actually works really good. Now, one of these switches are not working. It's useless in this situation. And the 3-way switch on the right, that is my silent switch. So what it does, it either has the alarm that activates, or if I flip it up, it turns on that LED. Now, someone else made this panel first. I basically looked at his wiring and I made it myself. But the way he wired it was that if you flip it up no matter what, then the LED turns on. I don't know how he did it, but here. If I flip it up, I can still have these alarms silenced to where they don't accidentally false alarm if I know it's going to false alarm by accident. Then I don't have that light activate. So it's really cool how I just discovered that. And the switch on the left, it's say, if I can rip it out. See, this right here, or where is it? Right here is basically what is in that spot and this spot. That is brand new. These two are old. And up here we have AC on. That light is always on as long as the panel has power. The switch in the middle is my alarm indicator. It tells me if a pull station's been activated, the fire drill has been activated, or if the acknowledge switch is still in acknowledge. If everything's reset and the alarm acknowledge switch is up, then that will continue to stay on. And it also tells me if there's any problem with the panel. Like if all the pull stations are reset, fire drill switch is still normal, but the acknowledge switch is down and normal too. If the panel is activating, then it tells me also if there's a short. Or the way I look at it. The way I look at it, that there might be a short in the system, that's the way I use that. And then I already told you what the switch on, or the yellow one is. That's my silence one. That tells me if the alarms are silenced. So if the alarms are activated or activating and that one is on, then it tells me that I have a bad 3-way switch. Or that means that something is shorting in the panel. That's the way I use these lights. To where I don't have to pull a pull station, but I know that something's wrong. And that's it with the fire alarm panel. Now I can show the inside of it real quick. I have a screwdriver on top. So the first thing you do is take out this switch or this screw. Whoops. Here, I'll go ahead and do that. What you do is you take out this screw first. It's really squeaky. Now you can hear music in the background. I know. That's my projectors. So you take out one screw right here, and you would take out a second screw over there, and then the whole thing pops right out. Now I'm actually gonna kill the power. so I don't short anything. Now it's a really big pain in the neck to put back, so I'm not going to show you that. And sorry if I'm blocking the shot. If I am, I can't really see too well. Alright. So now those are out of the way. And speaking of which, I think I had actually this switch as my fire drill switch. So I gotta test this switch to see if that actually is it. But we're just gonna pull the whole interface out. Now, it's a bit of a mess. Come on. Alright. So, of course, that fell out. You can see, it's a bit of a mess back there. But there's all the wires, all the wire nuts, and that's why I continue to put that board there on the bottom. That's why I continue to put that board there, because if I didn't put that board there, then all those wires are showing, and I really did not want that for display. So now we gotta just put these screws back in. The smaller screws on the left. Now, we'll go ahead and show that. We're going to put that in first. Now I think it's right here. You gotta kind of find the hole and then go from there. Yep, I already found it. And then after that, you lift the other side upward. You lift that side up. And put the screw in. I'm blocking the shot, sorry. And then you just tighten down the screw. And then that's it for securing this panel. That's it. Now we gotta go get that three-way. I think it's right here. Yep. Found it. So we're just gonna put that in now. It's not being used again, and we're going to turn our circuit breaker back on. And it works. So now the last thing we have to do, or the last thing, we got to just close up the panel. You got to push in, lock, and that's it. You don't have to touch it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, comment, like the video. Thank you for 100 subscribers. And I'll see you guys in my summer specials, which will be coming out July 1st. And the last video will be on July 14. And then after that, I'll continue normal videos. And that's it. Stay safe and have fun.